At this point we have completed our worksheet, and now we're ready to print the work that we have created. Now before you print, you should always make sure that what you have is really what you want to print. So if I go to File and then Print, and I look at this, I notice that my work is, number one, being cut off. My work actually would look better if I rotate the paper to make it a landscape. And also it would be nice if I could add a header and a footer, and maybe have the whole work be centered from top to bottom. So to do that, we're going to do it in a couple of different ways. So I'm going to go to the Home tab right now. Now notice that when I went into the print and came back to the normal screen, I see this dotted line right here. What this is telling me is that this will print in one page, and this right here will print in another. Now I would like to make some changes to this before I print it. So first, I'm going to switch over to the page layout view. Now I could do it by pointing down here next to the zoom, okay, or by going to the menu, okay, the ribbon, and picking view. So I got page layout view right here, or I have page layout view right here. So I'm going to click the one right here at the bottom. In this view, I get to see the area that has to do with the header. I also get to see my margins. I get to see what will print in one page, and so on. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is to try to make my work fit into the page, and I notice that I have a little too much area in my margins right here. So I'm going to reduce the size of my area for the margins. To do that, I'm going to go to Page Layout. I'm going to go to Margins, and I'm going to pick the one called Narrow, which basically gives me less area at the top, bottom, left, and right. So I'm going to do that. If whenever you change to the page layout view, you notice that some of the entries in here where there's numbers show where you see the number sign instead of the number itself, all it means is that in the page layout view, the space left for those numbers is not enough. Sometimes when you switch back to the normal view, it will change to the to showing the numbers. Now if that doesn't change while you're in the normal view, you can always change the column width to show the numbers. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. See, I see pound signs in here, or number signs. Again, all it means is that there's not enough room in that column. You point in here, double click, and now we have the correct width. Now let me scroll my work back up so I get to see the header area. Now what we're going to do is to type something in the header area right now. So if I point in here and click, now it tells me that I'm working in the header area, and there are three sections to the header area: the left, the center, and the right. We're going to put something in the center. Okay, so we're going to type Samuel Snyder, enter, Chief Financial Officer. Enter, Chief Financial Officer. Notice that as I work with the header, I get the header and footer tools over here. When I look in here, I realize that this is going to go into 2 pages. So one thing that I could try to do is to see if I can rotate the paper so that I get the work to show landscape instead of portrait. Again, if I go to the page layout and I click anywhere in my work, okay, I have the option that says orientation, and right now it says portrait. I would like to select landscape. So now notice that all my work fits into one single piece of paper. Now I go back to print, so I go to File and I go to Print, and I see that my work is going to look like this. Okay. It shows landscape, the margins show as being narrow. The paper size is 8.5 by 11. I can also select what is going to be printed. So if I go right here to where it says print active sheets and I click here, I can say print whatever worksheet I have in front of me, or I could say print the entire workbook. So the number of tabs that appear at the bottom will include those are different pages in my workbook. By doing that, then I'm printing every single worksheet. Or I could print whatever selection was selected before I went into the print screen. Okay. Now you can press print, and this is the end of this presentation. Once again, if I wanted to go back to home, if I wanted to see the formulas in here, we can do what I showed before, which was going into formulas, going into show formulas, and now we get to see the formulas instead of the actual results. Okay, I click back show formulas and it puts it back. Now if I wanted to do the same thing through the keyboard, if you hold the control key down and the symbol that appears to the left of the one key or the tab key, which is a tilde, okay, if you hold that control and that symbol, it toggles back and forth between the formula view and the normal view. Okay, alright, that's the end of this presentation.